You know, we've been here in the middle of the summertime when the foliage is in full bloom. Here early spring.
What's going on here, including a new restaurant. We're going to get a chance to talk to Jen Moyer-Murphy about the
Keep it fresh. Simple, fresh ingredients, but with that creative style.
We have maybe one of the most picturesque bars recently.
Yeah, number 11, not a difficult hole, but
So you don't think Johnny has game? He's not here for the
He
long run.
obviously has game. But
I got it. You decided yet what you want to learn?
Not yet. Maybe cordon bleu. I don't know.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Inside Golf. Today, it's a return trip to Skipback. I'm Harry Donahue with Colleen Wolfe. And Colleen, you know, we've been here in the middle of the summertime when the foliage is in full bloom. Here early spring, and it was a tough winter in the Philadelphia area. Things haven't quite popped, but there's a lot going on at Skipback.
Yes, tons going on here, including a new restaurant, the Farmhouse. We're going to get a chance to talk to Daryl Locke and Jen Moyer-Murphy about the menu and all the great stuff that's going on inside of there.
Wait till you see this menu. She loves it. Colleen loves the Farmhouse menu. We'll be back to take a look at the Farmhouse restaurant and Skipback Golf Club at Evansburg Park. Coming up next on Inside Golf. Inside Golf is brought to you by Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, and by Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where America goes to play. Visit online at phillytomyrtle.com. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, celebrating 90 years.
The Philadelphia section of the PGA of America is celebrating 90 years. Since 1921, the professionals of the Philadelphia section have proven themselves to be the players, teachers, managers, and stewards of the game of golf in the Philadelphia area. They are the experts in the game and business of golf. Please join us in celebrating our 90-year commitment to the game of golf.
It's time light beer got some character. 99 calories, 100% authentic lager. Yuengling Light Lager from America's oldest brewery. Rethink your light beer.
Skipback Golf Club had anything but a quiet winter, and after years of planning, the Farmhouse restaurant has finally come to fruition.
Oh, the winter, that was a very eventful winter because the weather really was bad for golf, but we did a lot of work here on the Farmhouse. We did a lot of work on the property in the last 4 years. We renovated the golf shop in the winter of 2007 and 2008, moved that out of the farmhouse, and then this winter we did some major renovations to the farmhouse into a full-service restaurant.
And after months of remodeling, Daryl's final task would be choosing the perfect chef to head Skipback's newest addition.
Jen Moyer-Murphy, our executive chef, who has a phenomenal following here in Skipback because she had a restaurant here years ago, and she was a perfect fit for our facility, a wonderful chef, and we were so excited to have her on board.
I used to drive past this place and say, they really need a restaurant in there. Because I would see the pavilion and you could smell the burgers and dogs cooking. I went on to Craigslist one day and they were looking for a food and beverage director, and so I sent my resume and said, well, don't you need a chef too? And they're like, well, maybe a line cook. And I'm like, no, I think you need a chef. I mean, this place has so much potential. It's a beautiful facility. I mean, Daryl and Travis and everyone who works here they're just great because they're just as excited about the restaurant as I am.
Total renovation of the first floor. We gutted it right down to the walls. We have a all new heat, air conditioning system, all new plumbing and electric, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Labor of love, because myself and my brother-in-law, Anthony Rosanelli, we did the work on it, and it came out beautiful. The original section was built in 1820, so we wanted to keep it a little more rustic, but yet a little more modern, nice bathrooms. We put some granite in there, granite on the bar top.
When I first came to interview, it was a shell. And then they talked about what it was going to look like and how it was going to come about. And I had the same vision. It's going to be the hot spot outside of the Skipback Village. It's the Skipback, the unknown of Skipback. We're going to have the golfers, we're going to have the patio, we're going to have the scenic setting, we're going to be able to do small weddings. So it was all the same visions when we had our conversations.
We really didn't have a good banquet facility for the golf industry, so that was the main thing, but also to expand the business into wintertime where we can have off-street dinners.
The Farmhouse restaurant boasts a wide-ranging wine list, local brews, and with such an experienced chef at the helm, you might be wondering what to expect on the menu.
Call it contemporary American with an international flair, and as you had seen, I prepared a dish that was with Asian influences, and you'll see that Asian influence, you'll see a little bit of Mediterranean, you'll just see a real nice hearty Angus beef burger with a bacon onion chutney and some really great fries to go with that, because as a golfer you're coming off the course and you'll be like, wow, I'm really hungry for a burger, but I don't want to stop at the pavilion again, I want a burger.
Menu is just, it's great. American cuisine, I think I might put a few pounds on this summer for eating here, so it's awesome.
The quality and the freshness is there. People are like, wow, that was really terrific. The plates go back, there's nothing on them. The entrees range from $14 to $26. So you're getting a real great value, affordable. You know, you're leaving satisfied. You're not hungry when you're leaving. We have some really great desserts on the menu. We make our desserts here. We have a Farmhouse Bananas Foster that I created. People are finding that, you know, we have a Apothic Red on right now that you read the description and the last part of it says it's an attractive mouthful, because you're getting these intense flavors of chocolate and mocha and cinnamon, and then it's just this really nice red wine, but it's not so harsh that you're like, gosh, I need a glass of water after that. So,
Partner and I, Ted Anderko, we're the wine connoisseurs, so we kind of picked that out. Some of our assistants, Tim and Travis, they drink beer, so it was kind of a collective bargaining where we picked everybody had their favorites and we put those on the list. So
the golfers like the wings. They come in and they want hot wings, and they get these wings and they're like, these are like the best wings. They're so meaty. And I don't know what other people are serving, but we're serving pretty meaty wings.
the golfer is our core business here. So we have the pavilion out back that still has the small, the hamburgers, the hot dogs, the prepared sandwiches, French fries, things like that. But then we have a lunch menu, and then of course the dinner menu, which is awesome. So we have it for everybody, really.
You know, when I think about this menu, I think about the golf course, I think about everything, I think about fresh quality ingredients. I try to keep things local. I try to use vendors that are going to find local ingredients for me. And I like to keep it fresh. Simple, fresh ingredients, but with that creative style.
As executive chef, Jen is able to create a homemade menu filled with a delicious variety of dishes. Here, Jen prepares us a Farmhouse favorite.
This is it's not a signature dish here, but it's one of the entrees that we prepare here, and it's a soy ginger glazed salmon. It's actually grilled, then the glaze goes over top, and it's finished in the oven. And then what I'll do is I'll prepare our brown rice, which I call it brown fried vegetable rice, but it's not traditionally fried. And then it's going to be finished with the Napa cabbage slaw, which we make here. And these are our wonton crisps, and they're just baked in the oven. So it's a very healthy dish. And when I think of food, I think of healthiness. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this. I have a little bit of olive oil and sesame oil, and I'm going to put this on the grill, and we'll get that started. And then from there, I'm going to begin preparing the brown fried rice, as I call it. So the ingredients today, I have some fresh asparagus, some shiitake mushrooms from the Kennett Square area, some red peppers, onion, edamame, zucchini, and yellow squash. And basically, I'm just going to begin sauteing those ingredients with I use a little bit of olive oil and sesame oil. Give it that little Asian flavor. And the sauce that I'm going to use to enhance those flavors is the soy ginger, and that has soy and ginger, some chili garlic, so you're really going to get a nice little bite from that. So we'll start with the mushrooms and the asparagus, since they're the most raw ingredients in addition to the zucchini and yellow squash. So I'm actually just going to throw it all in there because it's got to get hot and begin sauteing. I was thinking about springtime because I knew the restaurant was going to open in the springtime. And I said, you know, let's do a little bit of Asian flair, something light that people don't normally see at a casual fine dining restaurant. So I said, let me try this and see what I come up with. And I was playing with ingredients at home, and I said, this will work. So I brought the recipe down. As you can see, I made grill marks. I'll take that off. I'm gonna just finish it in the oven because I find that it'll stay nice and moist. This is our soy ginger glaze. And we'll just put that in the oven for a few minutes. So once I've done that, then I'm gonna add my brown rice. And from there, again, a little bit of this soy ginger. I have a vegetarian stock here, just to give it a little more juice. We have quite an eclectic group that comes onto the golf course, so everybody has their own flavors. We have wings, of course, because the golfers need wings, and you know, it was just really fun putting this menu together and just all the ingredients and I've gotten a good response. People are like, wow, this is really great, or you know, these flavors are so intense, and that's what you want. You want people to say, wow, I really want to go back to that restaurant, or after they've golfed, they're like, gosh, I'd really like a good meal. I don't want to go home and have to think about preparing anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and start plating this up. And with salmon, people sometimes ask for temperature, medium rare. I usually like to cook it to about medium, and then from there, if somebody wants it more well done, they'll let the server know. So I'm just going to let that sit for a minute. We'll pull out the salmon. This is really one of my favorite dishes, I think, just because it just has a lot of flavor. It pops. It has all the ingredients that you need, all your proteins, your fats, but the good fats, the omega from the salmon. So that. And there you have it. A little bit of black sesame seed on the top. So I hope you're hungry. I just have a real passion for food. I get to cook the food, and then once I'm finished, I get to come out front and say, how was everything, you know? And that just is so gratifying to see the people's face, and they're like, wow, there she is. And it's like stardom or something. They're like, she's a superstar. And I'm like, not really, just your chef tonight.
Coming up next on Inside Golf, Darryl Locke takes Harry to some of Skipback's toughest holes.
Experience what golfers voted #1 for quality, selection, and affordability. Over 100 different championship courses, including 7 of America's 100 greatest. Indulge in gourmet cuisine, pristine beaches that offer endless activities, active nightlife, and more. It's an easy drive, and affordable nonstop flights are now available from over 25 cities. Start planning your Myrtle Beach golf vacation today and request a free quick quote for the best package rates. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It's where America goes to play.
And welcome back to Inside Golf here at Skipback. You probably could tell because we're on a little footbridge overlooking the beautiful Zachariah Creek, and we're with Darryl Locke, who's the head golf professional here at Skipback. You know, Darryl, we already know what you've been doing in the off season. Yep. What a spectacular job at the farmhouse, and now it's time to play some golf.
Yep, weather's finally getting a little better, and I can't wait to get out here and really get some golfers through the door, and yeah, we're looking forward to a great season.
Tell us a little bit now. Last year, you took me on one of the toughest par 4s in Montgomery County. It was voted that, folks. And today, you're also going to take me to another par 4, right?
Yeah, we have #6, par 4 up the hill, slight dogleg left, which is very difficult. I find more difficult than 13 sometimes.
I find that hard to believe, by the way.
Because the wind is in your face a lot of times on that hole, and the green is very severely sloped. When you're above the hole, very tough to stop it.
Now, right here from this vantage point on this footbridge over the Zachariah, we have maybe one of the most picturesque par 3s around.
Yeah, number 11, not a difficult hole, but intimidating because you have a creek, the Zachariah, to go over. and then it borders the left side. So it's a tough shot for a lot of golfers, about 150, 160 yards from the back. But very pretty area of the golf course, yes.
Now, you know, I'm on a tight schedule because Colleen said I had to be back at the farmhouse for lunch. So why don't we do our quick little trip around those 2 holes, and then we'll join Colleen for something to eat.
Absolutely, that sounds good.
Darryl, here we are, number 6 at Skipback. It's an uphill dogleg par 4, and I know you said earlier that this pretty much is as tough as on the backside, number 13, but totally different in terms of course and hole design.
Yeah, this hole here, you can pretty much take your drive and just put it anywhere. If you're too far right for the big hitters, you'll have some trees you'll see on the right side that'll come into play. A little draw up the center is perfect. Will leave you, if you really bomb it, 140 out. But usually, you know, I'm not as long as anymore, so I'm going to be about 160, 170 yards out. And with the uphill second shot, it's an extra club.
And from the tee, you know, when you look up that hill, as we see, you know, you're wondering, gee, what's waiting for me up there? And once you get out to the landing area here, which is only about 25 yards wide in terms of fairway, you see everything open up, and the one bunker to the left is really the only hazard you have up there.
Yeah, if you've never played the golf course before and you're standing on the tee shot is a little tough because you just hit
blind.
Yeah, it's blind. You can see the green if you know where you're looking through the trees, but it's the second shot that sometimes is the most difficult for some, especially to the green, as you'll see.
And if we were to pick out the Sunday best pin placement, I'd have to say it's probably there, looking at the hole on the left side right over that bunker.
Absolutely. Back, we can only use the back of the green. The front is, if you're
Something
above,
like 9 at Augusta?
oh yeah, you're above the hole. It's not going to be fun.
No shot? Okay, all right. Well, we can take an extra iron to get it to the back of that green.
Absolutely. You're going to need it.
All right, our tour continues here, Darryl, on the back 9. This is number 11.
Yes.
Nice little par 3, plays, about 156 from the white tees?
Yeah, from the middle tees, it's about 150, 160 yards, depending on where they're set. Maybe 160, 170 all the way back.
We got my favorite bridge over the Zachariah Creek. In fact, if you listen closely, you can hear the gurgling Zachariah Creek in the background. Huh? Pretty hole. And an ample green, really, but you don't want to go too far left or right.
No, if you go right, you're going to land in some wet areas. Lateral hazard surrounds the hole. Left, you're pretty much in jail because the Zachariah borders the left side. So yeah, a little short.
And the green kind of slopes a little bit back to front.
Yes, it does, but very, very ample green to hit.
Absolutely,
So,
yeah. Beautiful hole here at Skipback. Now, you know, for the average golfer, guy playing the middle set of tees, he's probably hitting anywhere from maybe, what, a 5-iron to a 7-iron?
Yeah, even a 7 wood for some golfers.
Yeah, with the hybrids, a lot of guys are reaching into their bag for that.
So just be short. You don't want to be left. And if you miss it, there is a little bailout to the right, but definitely don't want to be left.
Now, how about a landing area in front? If you are a little short, I mean, you've got that shaved nicely, so there is a little bit of a first cut area there off that green.
Right, in front of the green, you have a nice approach area of about 20 yards. So if you're, like I say, you're going to be short, that would be the place to miss it.
Any particular, you know, shall I say, you know, twists and turns up there around the green, on the green itself? What's the toughest pin placement, would you say?
This is a pretty level green, so just the toughest is going to be on the left side because that's a little sucker for people to try to hit that.
It reminds me of the old Bobby Jones story to Gary Player, number 12 at Augusta.
Absolutely.
Gary, it's not a birdie hole. Just get your 3 and get out of there,
That's right, exactly, exactly.
That's what Darryl's telling all of us right here at number 11 at Skipback. Darryl, one of the most attractive things about Skipback, the pricing. It's as competitive as anything in the area.
Yeah, we really try to keep our price range competitive, very affordable golf. We have some membership packages. We have a $30 Players Club membership where you get discounts on your greens fees, you get a discount on the cart fee. We have full membership with a cart membership where you pay a $500 fee. You get your cart included in that. And our prices, again, we just try to stay very competitive. We give them a great product, and that's why we've built our rounds to over 30,000 rounds a year.
And if somebody needs a lesson or two, Darryl Lock's the guy.
Yep, I do a lot of private lessons, a package called Tee It Up One, which is a new golfer package. We have a great junior program. We do over 160 kids in our camps during the summer. Tim Astheimer, my assistant, does all the camps. We have a new after-school program for 4 to 7-year-olds, which starts in a couple weeks. So we have a lot of packages for every ability, every golfer out there.
And now with the Farmhouse restaurant, I mean, why? There's no reason not to come to Skipback.
That's right. We have it all here. So take a lesson, play a little golf, and have a great lunch or dinner when you're done.
Doesn't get any better than Skipback. Coming up, we'll have our panel of experts sitting around getting teed off. That's next on Inside Golf.
I'm 9 now, but when I was 8, I'd do things I wasn't supposed to.
You don't talk when people are putting.
Always repair the ball mark.
You keep your own score, so you have to know how to add. And you gotta tell the truth.
Put a golf club in kids' hands and watch them grow.
If you do certain things that you're not supposed to, you get a shot added to your score. You don't want to do those things.
The first tee teaches kids values that will impact their communities and the rest of their lives.
If it wasn't for golf, I'd be like my friends, a couch potato.
In a crowd of light beers, how long does it take to find the Yingling Light Lager? About that long. 99 calories, 100% authentic lager. Yingling Light Lager. Rethink your light beer.
Guests of Inside Golf enjoy dining at Sin Sin, the popular Asian fusion restaurant located on Germantown Avenue in the heart of scenic Chestnut Hill.
And now it's time for Teed Off, brought to you by Yingling, America's oldest brewery.
Top 50 guys who've won this year are Luke Donald in the match.
And we're back for Teed Off here on Inside Golf. We're teeing off today from McGurk's Grill and Pub. We're in Fort Washington, right at Route 73, Bethlehem Pike. And our panel today includes Mike Missinelli from 97.5 The Fanatic every afternoon, 2 to 6 o'clock. Mike Kern of the Philadelphia Daily News. From the Philadelphia Inquirer, we have Joe Giuliano. And longtime professional, head professional at Huntington Valley Country Club, Jack Conley. This is a topic, actually, Joe, that you submitted because you are.
What do I win?
And for that, you get to answer first among our panel.
Boy.
We have had, just since this short season of golf got underway, some guys that haven't been used to being in the winners column, right?
Right.
Why don't you tick off the names for us and then tell us what your point is?
Well,
He doesn't know the names. That's the
Do my job.
That's the
Do your
point.
job.
let's see. Gary Woodland.
D.A. Points.
D.A. Points. Well, I knew D.A. Points because he played with Bill Murray.
Wilson.
That's my thing. Mark Wilson's won twice. Jonathan Vegas.
I love that name.
Don't ask me what tournament he won.
Johnny Vegas.
Martin
Round.
Laird at Bay Hill. Yeah. And then, but here's the deal. None of these guys were ranked in the top 50 when they won. And they're still not ranked in the top 50. The only top 50 guys who've won this year are Luke Donald in the match play, Nick Watney at Doral, and Bubba Watson at Torrey Pines. So you've got the public like trying to get adjusted, and us, and then the media, trying to get adjusted to guys that we've never heard of. Guys in their 20s, guys with talent, and guys obviously who can putt well. But you know, what are the
Well, that's what happens when Tiger Woods takes a
like
sabbatical now on year number 2, and Phil Mickelson is somewhere out there trying to rediscover his game, right?
There's so many good guys, though, Harry. I mean, it's like these guys are so I love Woodland because he's a three-sport athlete, and he's got that familiarity of competing in other sports. I think a lot of these guys with talent get flimsy when you have to count on them. A guy like Steve Marino this weekend, especially. You talk about to get to the last hole. A guy like Woodland has played basketball at a high level. He's played baseball. So I think if he's got the talent, he bombs it. I watch that name. D.A. Points, Johnny Vegas, they're more the name. It's the name that advertises them. Like, Johnny Vegas is not as good as his name. Everybody's in love with the name. D.A. Points is the same thing. I don't know how good these guys are.
So you don't think Johnny has game, huh? He's
Well,
not here for the long run.
He obviously has game, but he's now being embellished because, you know, it's like you walk in with a nice suit. You might not have anything inside you. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. Michael,
Golf
your take on it?
Golf is a star-driven sport, and all the people that knock it when Tiger was dominating, or other guys were up there with him, it's not the same. It's not. You don't want to watch D.A. Points on Sunday afternoon. I'm sorry.
He's playing with Bill Murray.
That's fine, but I got nothing against D.A. Points. We saw golf sort of go through this a little bit when Tiger took a sabbatical for 2 years back in the early part of this, or the early part of the last decade. That's the problem golf has. And Phil's getting older. Tiger still has years on him, but I mean, some of the guys we knew, Jim Furyk, VJ, they're old now. They're not really the names you're going to hear. We were waiting for guys like Sean O'Hare, maybe a Ricky Fowler. Now, Ricky Fowler, people know about. If Ricky Fowler started winning, people would know that name. They would get that. So it's just, you know, it's what you go through sometimes. No knock on those guys. They're just out there playing, trying to win. But, and the other thing is, a lot of the Europeans aren't over here because they're playing in Europe. So the guys who are at the top of the world rankings right now, Kamer, Westwood, some of those guys, you don't see them play many tournaments until really the summer kicks in. They come over for the U.S. Open. They'll stay here, you know, they'll be back for the PGA, things like that. So that's why the Masters golf starts.
Jack, so the sky isn't falling necessarily because we don't have the same superstar names at the top.
No, I don't think at all. I mean, when Tiger won his first tournament, everybody got on the bandwagon. Let's see what these guys do. The parity out there is, as Mike said, everybody is so darn good now that any given week when you're putting well and you have the confidence to hit the shot, you have a chance of winning.
But it does hurt golf. I mean, it does hurt golf. The fact that these guys are all good hurts golf. For the average person who wants to tune into golf, they want to know about the star being in contention. They don't want to know about these guys.
What do you think the TV ratings were like for, you know?
Well, any tournament Tiger doesn't play in, they're down.
But if you don't have Tiger, and at least you have Phil, or Fowler, or somebody that people will tune in to watch. Some of these tournaments have nobody.
But it's funny though, the TV people put out ratings reports since Tiger didn't play at all early last year. Say, oh, our ratings are way up, for Bay Hill, Durrell, because Tiger's playing.
And now you have the Golf Channel doing, you know, 2 hours extra. So you don't want to see Phil and Tiger on the Golf Channel. You want to see them on the main networks.
On the weekend.
We're in trouble.
On Tiger and Phil don't
Sunday
want to see
morning
each
at 11 with Tiger and Phil.
Tiger and Phil don't want to see each other on the Golf Channel.
No offense to the Golf Channel.
No offense, Kelly Tillman. We love you. We'll be back. Inside Golf continues in a moment.
Teed Off has been taped on location at McGurk's on Bethlehem Pike in Fort Washington, PA. Come to McGurk's to check out our new menu, weekly specials, and live entertainment on Fridays and Saturdays. For more information, go to mcgurkspub.com.
The Philadelphia section of the PGA of America is celebrating 90 years. Since 1921, the professionals of the Philadelphia section have proven themselves to be the players, teachers, managers, and stewards of the game of golf in the Philadelphia area. They are the experts in the game and business of golf. Please join us in celebrating our 90-year commitment to the game of golf.
Colleen Wolf's wardrobe is provided by Adidas, the leader in men's and women's apparel for the athletic golfer. Well, I promised I'd be back. Am I in time for lunch or what?
Just in time. You knew where to find me, right?
Absolutely.
Right here. And you know, this restaurant, the Farmhouse restaurant, great place, even if you're not coming down to play around, stop by if you're in the Skipback area. They have a wonderful menu, great beer list, wine list, whatever you're really in the mood for.
Before, after, anytime here at the Farmhouse restaurant. That's going to do it for this edition of Inside Golf. Have you decided yet what you want for lunch?
Not yet. Maybe the cordon bleu. I don't know.
That's the special of the day. 2 of those coming up. For Colleen Wolf, I'm Harry Donahue. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you, don't pick up. We'll see you next time on Inside Golf. Inside Golf has been brought to you by Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, and by Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Now fly nonstop on Spirit Airlines. Details at phillytomyrtle.com. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, celebrating 90 years.